What's happening, everybody? We're back. It's me, your resident supervillain, Mr. J. Washington.
I'm swaggy blerd, Winston A. Marshall.
And we're here with the review for Season 2, Episode 8 of Harley Quinn on the DC Universe. If you ain't seen the joint yet, you know the drill. Come on back, because he's going to talk a lot about it. I put it on you.
You just put it all on me?
Put it on you.
Okay, so Harley goes evil. She becomes an empress. She almost murders everybody. Then she realized, she realized she just wants Ivy. The end. Yeah. All right, so tell us what you think. If you had to rate the episode, what would you rate it?
Jesus, that was that was kind of the A plot. You know, there was a B and a C. Basically, Gordon, which starts out, so we're not going to go bit by bit. That is basically the episode of
we always go bit by bit. But
we try not to, because, you know, sometimes...
That's fair. Finish what you were saying about Gordon. I'm sorry. I'm just, you know...
Gordon is now trying to get Gotham back because he's the dude. He runs the GCPD, even though ain't clearly no GCPD. Ain't no cops. And he calls the president. And first of all, he's lied his ass off. Was like, listen, I got rid of all the Injustice League by myself. Ain't nobody helping me. I did everything by my goddamn self. You know what I'm saying? You can call me Gordo, which I was like, no. The president was like, look, yeah, okay, but here's the thing. You still got Harley Quinn out there. So you got to go ahead and kill this bro.
You cannot be a part of the United States until you get rid of Harley Quinn.
Do you understand how fucked up that is? Your city can't be a part of the country until you get rid of one person.
They literally turned Gotham into Puerto Rico.
That is in the United States, not on an island, and didn't give him paper towels. So he goes and he starts literally... If you remember the movie I'm Gonna Get You Sucker, did you ever see that? I'm Gonna Get You Sucker? Remember how Isaac Hayes was putting all the guns on him and getting ready for war, and he walked out and slipped everything to shot him up? Gordon doesn't slip, but he's go outside and he rallying the troops. And I don't know why people got signs that says Gotham has ham. I don't know what the fuck. Did you not pay attention to that?
It said Gotham has ham?
Yes!
I don't think I get that.
I don't either. Maybe I missed something. Two people had signs that said Gotham has ham. I was like, what the fuck is he supporting ham for? But he's trying to rally the troops to get his army together to take on Harley Quinn. In the process, Batgirl hears, and Batgirl like, oh, shit. So she go to the mall, which, when the fuck...
So to prevent from yawning, not because I'm bored, just because I am fucking exhausted. I've been doing this, like, kind of suck... I scared the shit out of him the first one I did. This whole suck-in yawn, but, you know, it happens. Anyway, so Batgirl runs in, she goes, yo, Harley... My dad's trying to kill you. You got this ain't gonna work. You gotta do something. She's like, ooh,
I'll get an army.
I'll get an army. She's like, no, that's not what I was saying. Please don't kill my dad. She's like, nah, I got this.
And then also, but here's the thing too that happens. So Harley and Ivy are after the fact of the kiss. Ivy's sitting on the couch. Harley wants to address it, but she doesn't know how. Ivy just like, yo, it is what it is. It really wasn't, you know, she really feels something, but she's trying to blow it off because she's like, yo, I got Kite Man. I'm engaged to get married. And then, you know, Harley goes, yeah, fuck it. It's good. I'm you know what? I'm cool. This happens all the time. I kiss everybody. And she just started kissing people around. Now, I want to stop right here and say this. If you are in the comments right now and was expecting one of us to kiss each other at this moment, that's not happening.
Okay. What happened?
You know, I thought when, you know, start saying like, Harley's like, I just kiss everybody. And then people be in the comments like, I knew right then and there, either Jay's gonna kiss Winston or Winston gonna kiss Jay. And I was like, don't think that was gonna happen in the comments.
Unless somebody is paying me to do it in a role, I'm not.
Man, you gotta pay me some money. You see his face?
Hey, nigga, real talk, if they called us tomorrow and they were like, yo, you could be Lady Death and Thanos, you don't think that we would be kissing and shit?
I'd be kissing you in the mouth.
I know! God damn it, I don't know why I cast myself as Lady Death, but I damn sure couldn't be Thanos. I didn't know who else you fucking play. But I literally, it's the only thing I could think of at the time.
I've been kissing you dead in the mouth. Be looking at you hot as shit. Hey, look, goddamn it, paychecks. The whole time.
Real talk, it's funny. I had a conversation with my cousin who also wants to be an actor and shit, and he was like, man, I don't know if I can do no gay shit. I was like, why? It's a role. It's not you. And you're getting paid money. Who cares? Like, literally, who cares?
Tell you something. Let anything that has a comma in front, you know what I'm saying, a comma with it, and it's got numbers in the front. Like some people like, well, bro, it's got to be more than. It's got to be. No, some people like it's got to be more than $6,000.
You're telling me if right now someone came at you with your own 6 degrees of separation, then you get to have the rest of Will Smith's career, you wouldn't go do that shit?
I'd be dead and I'd be tonguing this nigga down his throat.
Oh man! That took a turn. That took a turn. Oh, that took a turn. That. Wow. Okay. Good for you. Woo. I'm just saying, if Issa called tomorrow and being like, "Yo, we want you to be on Insecure and you're gonna be in a loving gay relationship," cool. I'm on HBO. Let's go.
Something for the massage that nigga's shoulders on camera. Yo, you got some jobs. Look, I'm in the role. I want to make sure I'm perfect for the role. I'm like, y'all got some jobs and jobs, baby. Well, I want to make sure.
Anyway. Harley decides she's going to go get an army. Dr. Psycho's like, I got a plan. The only army you can get, go out here, give some props to Darkseid, he'll give you an army. She's like, cool, I'm down with it. How we doing?
Nigga back with some Palmer's cocoa butter.
Get a mother box. You get a mother box, we can do it. They show up in a show for Mr. Miracle, which is a fun cameo, because this nigga loves to do his magic tricks, right?
Right, Mr. Miracle, I can evade and escape anything.
Exactly. So he's hanging upside down.
He's strapped in.
He's strapped in like, if I don't escape in enough time, I'll fall in this pit and I'll die.
And it's a pit of spikes.
And so, Dr. Psycho goes, all right, here's what we're going to do. You're going to play a drunk. You're going to win your BAFTA.
He's like, all right, sir, I get to be bourbon. I got to share my slush. And Dr. Psycho slaps the shit.
Knocks his face sideways like, and you just lost your BAFTA. I'm the director of this shit. He tells a whole plan. While this is happening, Harley is already gone. Beats the shit out of Oberon, his little imp minion, or his imp mentor.
Yes.
And then goes over and gets a swift in the back to Mr. Miracle's face. He's probably dead, just bleeding out the mouth. Goes, found the mother box, was in his dressing room. Hits the button, and then King Shark goes, "Oh no, I've already broken 2 of my
New Year's resolutions. One was I forgot what the first one was, and the second was to not travel to interdimensional shit, to not mention the portals, shit like that." And then they go right, and
Mr. Miracle just still hanging upside down. The crowd is probably they just start clapping. They're just like, "That was the show."
But there's another thing that's also going on. There's an A, B, and C story here. The
What's the C?
Kite Man is about to introduce.
So what's the B story?
Harley trying to get Gordon.
Because we don't really come back to Gordon. Gordon comes back in the fold when she brings the army. So
okay,
the B story is really just
Harley getting an army. So Harley avoiding the kiss conversation is the A story, right?
I would argue her getting the army is the A story, but that's the subtext.
That's the subtext in the A, right? In the A story, the B story is Poison Ivy meeting Kite Man's parents.
Yes.
The C story is is Gordon now trying to deal with that too, because he's still trying to prove he can be the James.
But
Gordon.
I guess that's my question: is they don't really cut. I guess C stories don't always have to be that prevalent.
Right. That's why they're a C story. That's why they're a C story. They're not that prevalent. Which we can be writers too. So Harley, they boom to Apocalypse, and Darkseid's sitting there. With, by the way, they just sit there. Darkseid already got some niggas like this. As soon as they come in, all they see is Darkseid do is just go.
Wait, no, it was another cameo. I'm trying to remember who it was.
It was a lizard dude. I can't remember who it was.
I swear to God, it was another cameo.
It is a cameo. I can't remember who it is. It's a cameo for sure. It's not a random person. So please forgive me if I don't remember offhand, because we're trying to do all that. So basically, Darkseid's like, I know why you're here. And he even tells her, you feel pain. You want something. I can sense all this. And then she's like, well, I need an army. I want to fill, I want these parademons. He's like, yeah. He says parademons can fill. He's like, there are some holes that an army of parademons can't fill. Harley says, well, not all holes. And I'm like, well, damn. So he tells her, I'll give you this, but you got to beat Granny Goodness. Harley don't know who Granny Goodness is, clearly. Because Harley like, all right, Granny Goodness, cock diesel in a motherfucker.
Well, and that's the funny thing about Granny Diesel. Granny Diesel. That's what I call her, Granny Diesel. Yo, the thing about Granny Diesel that people forget, though, she is apocalyptic, bro. Meaning that she's a new god.
She's a new god.
Meaning that she can whoop your ass. So even though her main strength, honestly, is the fact that she is a master manipulator and can brainwash anybody, she's still a new god. Which means that she is strong as fuck.
But wait, King Shark thought all of them was going to have to kill her. King Shark said, I promised myself I'd never kill an old person. I'd let the American healthcare system do it. I said,
Bro,
yo!
now that's a question. After talking to, which if you haven't seen, by the way, you need to go see your interview with Justin.
Check out the Blerds in the Hood channel. Check out our interview with one of the showrunners, Justin Halper. We talked to him.
And we actually have another interview coming up with the other showrunners.
Patrick Shoemaker and Dean LeRae, yes.
So, but that being said, I'm very curious if they wrote that or if that was Ron coming in with a hot fire improv line. Because that's a hot fire Ron ass sounding line.
That's a hot ass Ron Funches line like that.
I said I'd never kill an old person. Because the line was, I told myself I'd never kill an old person. Because that by itself is funny.
Yeah, but then
I let the American healthcare system do it.
Oh, just
I would never take anything away from the writers, but that's
chef's kiss.
That's woo boy.
So Harley tries, and Granny Goodness is beating the shit out of Harley Quinn. Beats her ass unconscious till Dr. Psycho puts himself in her body and then makes two boulders come and smashes the shit out of her. And then
out of Granny Goodness.
Out of Granny Goodness. Harley wakes up like, what the fuck, where am I at? And they're like, yeah, she won. And then Dr. Psycho's like, you think this bitch did it? This bitch is like, that was me. So she gets the scepter of Granny Goodness, and she becomes Granny Goodness in a sense with a new look. So she has the army of parademons. They go back, get ready to fuck up Gotham.
And Jim has gotten infinite tank. He got all the tanks that he could find in all of Gotham.
Before all of that,
let's not leave out the B story. So Kite Man is deciding before
Charles,
the wedding. We'll find that out. I guess you already said it, so it doesn't matter. So Charles, aka Kite Man, is introducing Pamela, aka Poison Ivy, to his parents. Now, when he actually gets to the parents, they're assholes. They are complete and utter dicks, which is actually so sad because as nice as Kite Man is, he's literally been abused his entire life.
By his parents.
By his parents. So he's used to the world shitting on him. Yep. And so what's so sad about it is you actually find out from the parents is they're such dicks. Like they go to a Mexican restaurant and the dad at one point goes, excuse me, senorita, can we get 4 mimosas and some of your best squashed avocado? Gracias. And so you find out they're pricks, but they actually have powers. So he can manipulate Cole. He's a cryokinetic. And the mom can fly. And so, like, on her own. And so they're like, yeah, so Charles, because he doesn't have powers, is just...
And Ivy's like, well, he has the kite.
And they're like, oh, it's cute that you think that he has the kite. You know, he started doing that because he thought he had powers. But we're glad to see that he chose you because...
You do.
You do have powers, and we need that back in our lineage.
And our grandkids will have that.
If you remember, they got really pissed off that there was no reservation made because he was freaking out about having no resi.
He's like, babe.
He's like, you didn't get a resi? Oh, no, we're never going to, whatever.
My parents.
Ivy goes, oh, I think a table just opened up. She uses her abilities to fling 2 people out of their table. And they're like, we really like your style, blah, 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 blah. Ultimately, after constantly abusing Charles and all this kind of stuff, Pamela goes, fuck this. And he's like, fuck you. He's too good for y'all.
Oh, by the way, before you go there. Earlier, Kite Man says something. They were saying something, and Kite Man agrees with Ivy and goes, hell yeah. And they go,
stop your swearing, Charles. And he goes, well, that's kind of my
catchphrase.
It's my catchphrase.
She's like,
get a new one. And so at this point, Pamela ain't having this shit. Ivy's like, fuck this. Y'all ain't shit. You ain't never gonna be shit. Like, I love this man. And despite you motherfuckers.
Which I love the fact that that is that stand by your man. Stick up for him no matter what.
And that's why I was so happy to see this because I'm not saying that I don't ultimately, if Ivy and Harley end up together, cool. But I'm like, she genuinely loves Kite Man. And if all this shit fell the fuck apart, I was going to be sad than a motherfucker. Honestly.
She genuinely loves him.
And because of the story we're telling in this series, whether or not her and Harley actually get together, whatever, man, like, I like what's going on here. Like, the breakup of the two of them, even if they're destined for Ivy and Harley, is going to be painful. Mm-hmm. It's going to be fucking hard. So, stands by her man, right? Cut back. Harley's back on the parademons. Gordon's like, we got this shit. The parademons are murdering.
They decapitate niggas, pulling people apart.
Oh my god. It actually looked a lot like Justice League Dark, where you had the Doomsday demons.
If you have not seen the Paradoomsdays,
were they? Were they Paradoomsday or were they Doom Demons? Or were they Paradays or Paradooms? Something.
That's what it was. They were Paradooms.
Which essentially, he literally took the DNA of Doomsday and imbued it in the parademons. So they're literally flying Doomsdays. These things were murdering shit. And just like that, these parademons are obliterating the city of Gotham.
And so you got Kite Man. First of all, not Kite Man. You got Clayface and King Shark. Like, well, this ain't what we wanted. You got Dr. Psycho flying on a parademon.
Excited as shit, just like, yes! yes! Harley seems to be enjoying it until Ivy shows up. She's like, what the fuck is happening now? Poor Gordon, who came out here with all his art, the tanks, all that shit. His tank gets ripped up. My nigga fires every bullet, can't kill one demon. He's backing up against the wall, kills exactly one as it crawls right in front of him. Out of bullets. And now what the fuck you gonna do? So Ivy's like, yo, what the fuck are you doing?
Is this what you really want? What do you really want? And it's at that moment you realize it's what Harley wants is not this domination of the world of Gotham, because she basically destroys the scepter to send the parademons back. What she wants is Ivy. And we were talking about this beforehand, and I wanted to stop you because I didn't want you to go too far into it. It's interesting because throughout this entire thing, it seemed like it would be Ivy more so wanting Harley because of everything we saw, you know, especially with in prison when she first got the flower from Harley and all those things. It would be, yeah, granted, we knew she has the feelings for Kite Man, but you'd be like, oh, she wants Harley. But now it's more so, not saying it's not the case that Ivy don't, but more so it's Harley that wants Ivy.
Well, and this is what I was going to get at, and I thought that was super interesting, is that the first time someone showed any sort of compassion to Ivy was Harley, which we got to see that in the thing, which I think they were bearing the lead. But the first time someone unequivocally loved Ivy was Kite Man. Kite Man was the first one to unequivocally love her, because she even says, like, I dated a bunch of assholes, and this is the first, or Harley says it's about her to try and get her off. Kite Man is like, it's the first dude that, like, loved you, so that's why, you know, you're feeling some type of way. But that's the whole thing. Ivy is the first time that someone unequivocally loved, like, showed love to Harley, and that's why Harley has fallen so head over heels in love with her, because she had her twisted idea of what love was with the Joker, and it wasn't. Ivy was the one that snapped her out of it. Ivy was the one that told her that you can do better. Ivy was the one that was supporting her and helping her achieve all of her dreams. And so that's why it's so interesting. They are both into their first loves. But that's the thing. Ivy didn't love Harley. She, like, really was a very, very good friend to her and cares about her. But Kite Man was the first one that ever really broke through on a love tip. On a romantic love tip.
And then, so what happens is once Harley has this realization that what she wants out of anything in life is Ivy, Kite Man and Ivy share a passionate kiss. They love each other. They're talking to each other and exclaiming how much they love each other to each other. And they kiss right in front of her. And so, Ivy's like, yo, so what are we doing next? And then Ivy's just like, Harley's just like, well, let's just go. And, you know, she's trying to blow it off. But you can look in her eyes and tell she's crushed. Like, I don't know how this relationship is going. Because it's so wild. Because what we thought was one way is going another. There's still the possibility it could go that way, but, like, does all this happen? And I'm hoping, I don't know if we asked this with Justin or if we said this to each other on the reviews. I am hoping this does not get to the point they are at the altar. They are about to exchange vows. And when the priest says, whatever cameo priest they do, if anyone has any reason these two should not be married, let them speak now, forever hold their peace.
I guarantee you Harley's going to speak up.
Harley's going to be the one to speak.
I guarantee you she's going to speak up.
And say, Ivy, I love you, and you think that's how you end the second season?
Mm-hmm. I think that's the only way, because it's 10 episodes, right? You got 2 left?
Yeah, I think that's the only way it ends.
So that's the only thing that makes sense. That's a pretty big cliffhanger. I can even see, because then picking up, 1 or 2 things happen. Either they run off, or I can also see, in the same way we had this kind of cliffhanger, we come back and now all of a sudden Harley and Ivy don't talk no more. Because that would be super interesting too.
Yeah, that is a possibility.
Because you know what's funny is in a lot of those moments that shit can easily backfire, where, like, even if you have a good reason, I've known people that have, like, tried to stop weddings, maybe not in that super dramatic speak now forever hold your peace, but they say it right before the wedding's about to happen or whatever, and then they don't become friends. They're like, this is my life. If you can't get on board, fuck off. I can totally see that going this way with Harley and Ivy, where Ivy's like, you're trying to break me up with my man. Like, what the fuck? But we want to know what y'all think, man. You got to tell us what you think. If you had to rate it, bro, what would you rate it?
Only because I saw the hurt in Harley. It gets a 4.5. You hurt my Harley. You hurt my Harley. And I get it. Because it's somebody who's in love. It's like what you want. Like, I had a woman We were talking, and then she would visit me from Salt Lake City, and then she came and she was hugged up with me. The next day, sent me a text when she went back, was like, I think I'm gonna try this relationship at home to see what it works. And I was like, in my heart, I said every time out loud in my heart at home by myself, I hope he break up with you in 6 hours. But nonetheless, 4.5.
I give it 4.5 as well, and for me, the highlight of the episode has to be Mr. Miracle getting that ass whooping. It was just so absurd. It was so absurd, bro. That and Harley's denial, because we all do that shit where she keeps kissing everybody because I'm Harley Quinn. I'm crazy. I do random things. I just kiss people. That shit kills me because
I'm mad she never kissed Clayface though.
They look like teeth, bro. But I, it's just funny to me because we've all done that before. We're trying to pretend like we're not, our feelings aren't hurt, and we're not just like out here like sleeping with random people or getting fucked up or whatever else. When in actuality, we're just emotionally hurt. We just can't acknowledge
hurt.
So tell us what you think in the comments. Be sure to come back every single week because we do win it. I think we got like 2 episodes left of this season, so be sure to come back and see those. Check out these interviews, man. Go to our Blerds in the Hood page over here on YouTube, youtube.com/Blerds in the Hood, BLERDSNTHEHOOD. Check it out. The interview with Justin is amazing. I know that our interview with Patrick and with Dean will also be amazing. Just got to get it done. It's going to happen in a couple days, so don't worry about that.
Get it done.
We're going to get it done. Follow us on our socials. They're down there at the bottom. Our Patreons are also patreon.com. These names right here. Other than that, man, keep rocking with us. We love y'all. Let us know what show you think we should do next, because there is a little bit of a gap. I don't think Doom Patrol comes out right away.
Again, I don't know how he feels, and I don't know if I really want to. There is Stargirl.
How is it?
I like it. I love the way it's shot.
I'll check it out. I mean, has it come out yet?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
The first episodes were always available.
All right. Well, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
All right.
All right, y'all.
Holla at y'all next week. We out.